Great Britain and the EU struggled to find a solution to the intricate Northern Ireland question in their Brexit talks. But problems soon arose. Now a crisis meeting was necessary. A committee is now supposed to find a way out. It sounds like the lowest common denominator. In the dispute over special rules for the British province of Northern Ireland, Great Britain and the EU have agreed on an action plan. The joint committee should be convened by February 24th at the latest, announced the British Minister of State Michael Gove and EU Vice Commission President Maroš Šefčovič in the night after open but constructive consultations in London, as they said. The aim is to work together in the spirit of cooperation, responsibility and pragmatism. Afterwards, Šefčovič spoke of a constructive meeting on Twitter. The politicians did not provide any further specific information. Both sides reaffirm their unconditional commitment to the Good Friday Agreement and the proper implementation of the so-called Northern Ireland Protocol. They announced that they will spare no effort to implement the mutually agreed solutions and to tackle all outstanding issues with a common goal on the ground to find workable solutions. There will be talks with companies and civil society. In fact, the question of Northern Ireland's role in the Brexit agreement had already been resolved. Great Britain had left the EU internal market and the customs union at the turn of the year, and that is why the rules of the so-called Northern Ireland Protocol in the EU withdrawal treaty now apply. Accordingly, unlike in the rest of the United Kingdom, rules of the internal market and the customs union continue to apply to the British province, so that there is no fixed border with the EU state, the Republic of Ireland. Instead, British goods are to be checked when they enter Northern Ireland. This creates a goods border with the rest of the kingdom. Nevertheless, the crisis meeting had become necessary because 6 weeks after the completion of Brexit, the EU Commission accuses Great Britain of not fully implementing the special rules for Northern Ireland. Before the meeting, Commission Vice President Šefčovič had criticized, among other things, inadequate controls and checks in the movement of goods. Checks and controls at the Irish land border should, however, be avoided at all costs so as not to endanger the fragile peace process in Northern Ireland. In addition, a violent dispute broke out when the EU Commission introduced export requirements for corona vaccines, referring to the emergency clause for the Irish border, the so-called Article 16. At times, it seemed as if it were accepting controls at the Irish land border. The plan was quickly abandoned, and it was a mistake that it got public, but the British government was outraged. At the same time, Minister of State Gove complained in a letter to Šefčovič that there were difficulties in implementing the protocol and demanded an extension with kind of a transition period until 2023. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson recently stressed that he wanted to make sure that no trade barriers were created in the Irish Sea between different parts of the UK. But that guy signed the agreement. British companies complained about tariff hurdles in trade with Northern Ireland after Brexit, and shelves in Northern Irish supermarkets were sometimes empty. Johnson himself had negotiated the Northern Ireland Protocol with the EU because the alternative, closer ties between the whole of Great Britain and the EU, did not suit him. That was the Theresa May's backstop. During the Brexit negotiations, London had long speculated that the EU would agree not to carry out any goods checks. But that's another unicorn. For the EU, however, this would be a dangerous precedent and a backdoor for goods that could enter the European internal market unnoticed from the UK via Ireland. And that's definitely nothing they can allow to happen. And if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel and to my other channels. I'll see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen.